I've always wanted to make people laugh. Seeing someone drop their doubts and preconceptions for a sec to laugh at something I said, that's the biggest achievement to me. But it's also kind of a power trip. Knowing someone well enough to make them laugh or to get them to laugh at something they didn't think was funny in the first place. You know how people always look at the person they like in a group when everyone's laughing? That kind of impact and vulnerability fascinates me. I mean, have you ever disliked somebody you thought was funny? It's like a cheat code. And it's not like other kinds of manipulation. I feel good making you laugh, you feel good laughing, we feel comfortable. The whole situation makes it harder to act based on resentment or petty in any kind of way. And thinking about jokes forces you to think about the relationship. Why exactly am I laughing? Was really something funny, or do we just like each other? Even though a lot of the time people considered to be funny seem like they're getting their flair from talking a whole lot, jokes usually start with observations. The way something is said, noticing odd things that usually go unnoticed, or questioning norms, exposing their absurd nature. That's what comedy is in its core, presenting an innovative way of looking at mundane things, extracting concepts and inserting them at places where you wouldn't expect them. I was at a stand-up show once where a guy compared the Australian flag to posting a pic with your new girlfriend and putting your ex in the corner, because the Australian flag still has the Union Jack on it. Comedy is looking at the world around you and recombining it in the right way. It encourages outrageous experimentation, because you never know if a joke works until you told it. Remember that one time you experienced a funny situation, but when telling the story it didn't seem as funny? In German, there's a saying that goes somewhat like this when translated. The sound makes up the music. It basically means that the effect of what you say doesn't only depend on what is said, but also on how it's said. You can make the most mundane experience funny by telling it in an interesting way, capturing the essence of fun in words. I have a friend that I shouldn't be allowed to be around when I'm in a good mood. We had time sitting at a table with groups while he and I went back and forth, telling the same story, each one from his perspective, calling each other out for leaving out facts because one wanted to present himself more flattering, or reminding the other person of a detail that made the story more relatable. In its core, it was just a story about going for a walk, but the way we told it made it seem like more. Comedy makes it easier to handle reality. It provides a playful perspective. Noticing quirks in situations and people is entertaining. Taking a lighthearted approach to serious topics decreases their power over us. As a kid, I might have not understood all this, but a smile on a person's face still is just as rewarding as back then.